Hey, what's up, y'all? I decided to make a JJS tier list for the recent patch because a lot has changed, actually. I'm gonna be going through these characters from least strong to most strong, in my opinion. Of course, remember, this is just my opinion. I am not objectively correct or anything. But we're gonna start off with what I believe is the worst character in the game right now. Two D tier characters. One of them is Charles Bernard, and he is just awful, man. They nerfed everything about him. Special no longer force cancels abilities, which, valid. That was low-key really annoying. Special is only usable on targets that are not in skill. Not that needed, but you know what, I hated fighting him anyway, so I'm not going to complain about these nerfs. Reduce despair damage. Missing despair slows down the last hit. Slightly increased despair ragdoll time. A small buff. Decreased shut up normal variant. Damage. Increased aerial shut up damage. Which, not many people use that variant anyway, so not that big a buff. Aerial shut up damage on ragdoll players is not the same as normal. Shut up can now kill. That's also not really much of a buff because you could just dash into them and get a guaranteed kill anyway. And increased sacrilege, miss, and lag. So all that just to Charles, who was already around a middle of the pack character, so now he's just awful. Next character, another character that absolutely gutted this patch, Kogai. Yeah, he sucks now. Let's just go over what they did to him, which is, you could honestly argue he's worse than Charles, but I think he has more consistent damage output, so that's why he's there. No longer can you start an air combo off jump height. Special cooldown increased by 8 seconds. Which is crazy. Increased Crushing Jaw's cooldown by 5 seconds. Reduced Crushing Jaw's damage. Added short and lag to Crushing Jaw. Reduced Clever's cooldown, which is a slight buff, but not that much. Reduced Black Mucus cooldown, another small buff, not enough. And reduced Wing Throw damage to 8. So yeesh, yeah, they really killed him, especially with that 18-second cooldown on his special, which is just awful. He just sucks now. You can barely get the combos off. For the amount of ult you're wasting on a fly special air combo thing, it's just not worth it when you can't get to it as often. And with the amount of damage you're doing, he just sucks now. At least his special, not his special, at least his ult is still broken, but that's it. That's all he got. Next up, we're gonna go into C tier. These two characters I think are just garbage. There's no reason you should use them. Everything above this is usable. And I think the worst out of these characters is Todo. He is a really fun character, so it's a shame he's this low, but he's just janky, man. A lot of his hitboxes just don't connect when they're supposed to, which is a problem they've tried to fix before, and it's been getting better, but it's just really inconsistent a lot of the time. So there's that. Also paired with the fact his ult is garbage, probably the worst ult in the game, other than just the worst ult in the game. He has a decent first move, a broken second move, a garbage third move, and a broken fourth move. But those second and fourth moves aren't broken enough to carry it, especially when everyone else also has broken moves. It's just His base kit is not amazing either. Pebble Throw is a good combo extender. His first move, Swift Kick, it's fine. Same thing with Brute Force, it's fine. His Black Flash is basically unviable. You really shouldn't use it unless you're sure you're going to hit it. And Elbow Drop is also okay, but after they made it so it no longer true ragdolls, it's not that great anymore either. Todo is just a sort of mid character. He's not bad, you can win with him, but he's not great either. Next character, and we're going to move all the way up to B tier now because I think there is a substantial gap between these two and Todo, and then Todo and literally everyone else. So next character on the list, we're going to put Megumi. And he's an interesting case because he is a high skill character. So if you do put in all that time to master him, he could theoretically go up to S tier. But that time just isn't worth it a lot. Because you could be putting that time into characters like Yuji, or Mahito, or Higuruma, or literally anyone else, except the guys below him, and get a somewhat similar result, even if it'll only boost some of them up to A tier. Sure, Megumi has the potential to be an S tier, and it's kind of like he is in the actual series, he's the potential man. Sure, if you're really good at the game and you're really good at Megumi, he could be good, but a lot of the time it's just not worth it to put in that effort, you know? Nue is not that great anymore. Rabbit Escape is okay. The dog is broken, I hate the dog. And Toad is also pretty okay. But if you know how to use your ragdoll cancels evasives, if you know how to use your evasives against him, he just kind of falls apart. The thing saving him is his ult is like abysmally broken, like they really need to fix that because I don't freaking know why it's not fixed. He has a true one-shot combo, which is not okay. And also Raga is kind of broken too if you somehow manage to pull that off, which, you know, you're probably not going to, but you know, if you do, he's broken. So yeah, that's why I think he's here. Next character, Gojo. He is literally the definition of middle of the pack. He's very easy to pick up, so there's no risk to him. He has decent damage output. He has good combos, all his moves string together. But he's nothing outstanding. Before he was like kind of broken, but they nerfed his teleport kick thing so that it doesn't ragdoll anymore, which was kind of a huge nerf. Point 2 domain you would think would be a big buff, but it low-key kind of sucks, so I wouldn't recommend using it. They also nerfed him this patch. Increased teleport ground and lag, so yeah, that you can't just instantly teleport and do stuff anymore. Increased reversal red teleport variant ragdoll duration. Okay. Rapid punches can now be blocked by people who just woke up from ragdoll. A lot of the time people would just rapid punches as someone gets up and guaranteed get that damage, but now you can block it if you're getting up. So that's a big nerf to Gojo. Reduce lapse blue ragdoll duration. I don't think you can get what was it? I don't think you can get down slam off of it anymore. Same thing with twofold kick. I don't think you can get a down slam off of it anymore. Increase twofold kick first hit damage, which, you know, is something, I guess. Increase lapse blue max cooldown, and now that thing can be ragdoll cancelled after the move is finished. So that's 2 big nerfs to his best move in his ult. And reduce the reversal red max damage fall off. That was the big nerf. Holy crap. I tested this. If you're far away from Gojo, if he hits you with the tip of the move, you take like 2 damage. It's actually awful. So yeah, he got nerfed pretty hard. His lapse blue max is still obviously broken, but other than that, I mean, he's decent. You can definitely win with him if you're good. Again, like you can for most characters, except kind of these two, but even that, if you're like good, you can probably win. It's just, you know, he's not worth putting as much time into, which is fine because, you know, you don't have to put much time into him anyway, so I think this is a fine spot. Next character. This is when we get into, honestly, I think we might have to move to A tier now, because I think every character here is kind of broken, all of them. That doesn't necessarily mean they all need nerfs, but I think they're all broken. Next character up on this list, we are going to put Mahito. He has been nerfed several times, and he's no longer the #1 character in the game, but he's still pretty damn good. Technically, he's like in the lower half of the cast, I guess, because it's 6, and then there's, yeah. But like, it doesn't feel like it. He's pretty much on par with the next character I'm about to put, and you can like swap them around, but let's just talk about Mahito for a second. His base kit, his damage is really good. His base kit's honestly kind of broken. They nerfed his swappable arms, so they're not as useful to use anymore, and a lot of the time it's honestly kind of worth it to just stay in the base form, unless you're trying to get that chain thing. His club form is honestly not that great anymore. They nerfed the cooldown on the dash, so that's not as worth it unless you really want to get that damage. His ult, his first ult, is okay. Spike Wrath is annoying and I hate it, and I hope it's removed from the game. His other 2 moves are also pretty good, but you're mostly going to want to get to that second ult, which is absurdly broken. First move's broken, second move, third move, fourth move, they're all broken. Okay, let's just be real, they're all broken. Only problem is, if you're good enough, you can avoid getting them into that second ult, because they will always go for that Black Flash to try to get to their second ult. Always. And if they don't, they're kind of selling, and if they do, then you can work around it. So that's why I think he's here. His base form is honestly arguably still top 3 base kits in the game, but that's but the ults, you know, the first ult on this, the fact you can play around his second ult is kind of holding him back, as well as the numerous nerfs to his special. Next up we have Choso, another character they've nerfed quite a bit. I think he is really dang good, and he's honestly swappable with Mahito. You could, maybe Mahito goes above, maybe he doesn't, I don't know. Just for now I'll put it like this, but low-key I might change it later, I don't know. Choso, they buffed his ult 2 patches ago or something, and for some reason, and now it's broken, and I hate winking, and please remove winking from the game, but his base form is honestly, also I won't say best in the game, because I think Yuki might be the best base kit in the game, but base kit is arguably the best base kit in the game. Combos for days, every move strings into each other, and the fact you can use your third move multiple times within a combo to extend it and just make crazy combos is insane. Plus the fact he's got a counter, which means you don't have to even drain ult to get those orbs. It's actually just crazy. Wing King is one of the best moves in the game in his ult. Plasma Wave's okay. Blood Rain's kind of ass, honestly. But his first move's pretty good now. So yeah, pretty good character. A lot of the same things I have to say about Mahito. His base kit's broken. His ult, yeah, it's okay. But his base kit carries, and honestly you're going to be in your base kit most of the time anyway, so that's what matters most. Next character in A tier, this is tough. I'm going to put Yuki for now. Because she is like Megumi, but on crack. Let me explain what I mean by that. Her base kit is broken and she has insanely high potential. If you manage to somehow work all the slowing down of the Garuda rebound callback to cancel your third move and use it twice, and get all your ult management, all that, she can legitimately be the best character in the game. However, that is extremely hard to do, and a lot of the time you might as well just put that effort into someone like Yuji, who you're going to get guaranteed results with if you put it into. Yuki is hard, and if, like I said, if you manage to do it, then you're basically unstoppable. But you can't guarantee that, so that's why I put her there. The fact you can cancel your moves and her cooldown with the moves is just crazy. I don't like that. It's very broken, even though most people don't do it. The only other thing holding her back is the fact she obviously doesn't have a good ult. If she dies, she can use the black hole and maybe get a trade. But if your opponent knows what they're doing, then not really. Some characters can just straight up avoid it even if you get caught. Like Hakari, if he pops his domain has a lot of health. So the black hole, and obviously you have iframes when activating it, so the black hole actually won't kill Hakari and your domain will survive. So if you get a really lucky first jackpot, you can survive the black hole and get jackpot. So that's kind of crazy. But other than that, her variants are broken. The third move is okay. The second move variant's broken, fourth move variant's broken. First move variant, kind of really shit, but it's okay. That one doesn't need to be broken. Next character, this is a bit of a prediction since they just recently got nerfed, but I'm gonna say Yuta. They brought the hammer down on Yuta, and so he is still, I guess, kind of broken. You could argue he's S tier, but for now I'm going to put him in A tier to play it safe. Let me just read off the insane balance changes they did here. True Love Beam small variant cooldown reduced. Okay. True Love Beam small variant automatically triggers if Rika is not available. Uh-oh, no more cheese. Changed mutual domain love voice. Okay, well that's not important. Severing path damage reduced. Blocking severing path now pushes the user away to make it not cheesable. Increase end lag on that move. Increase resolute / vertical hitbox, that's not really that important. Delayed veil set melee iframes. Revolve first 2 / damage reduced. Revolve dive attack, switch from explosion to melee, meaning I think you can counter it now, or something like that. Aerial Rika down slam no longer does true ragdoll. Increase copy cooldown. Increase Rika dance slam damage during ultimate. Increase domain duration. Increase domain katana slash damage. Okay, so they're buffing the domain a little bit. But here's the problem. You require 4 landed swords to get Jacob's Ladder. So if you don't do that, that's a big uh-oh. Because Jacob's Ladder into True Love Be Mistletoe. Reduce Jacob's Ladder damage. Reduce Jacob's Ladder ragdoll time. It only drains 30.5% ult. And yeah, there's some more nerfs here. But that's like the gist of it, right? The Rika Slam can still combo the domain, which is stupid. But that's why he's still up here. His base kit is still really good. Ult is still insanely broken, but he is not the best character in the game by far anymore. So I'm fine with this. I think Rika Slam needs to be nerfed, and then we'll be chilling. Next character, getting into top 3, we have Hakari. A bit of a hot take, I know, but I think Hakari's broken. He had short cooldowns, and he was not like insanely versatile. But after the rework to him, they nerfed him a little bit, but they also buffed him by giving him so much more options. I cannot describe how important the aerial rough energy is. It makes his character now. You have so many more combo routes. The second move you can jump up and then use the third one to get a block breaking one that does insane damage, which also combos into the fourth move. And also, if you don't feel like doing that, you can just get a down slam off of it and continue your combo. Which then combos into the first move, or if you dash back and can combo into the first and second move. You're seeing what I'm getting here. His combo routes are actually insane. Problem is, a lot of his moves are not block breakable, and you can just block them. However, if there is some that can get around that, and if you know what you're doing with your M1s and you're good at the game, you can get around that. That is why I think he requires more skill than someone like Gojo. Not that that's a particularly high bar, but you know, some people say he's like the easiest character in the game, and I don't think that's true. He is very good, and his jackpot is, let's be real, when he gets jackpot, he is by far the best character in the game. By far. Sukuna does not beat him. Higuruma does no longer beat him because he just regenerates the limbs. There is no one that can beat him except maybe some one-shot moves like Mahito or something. But other than that, it just does not work like that. The only problem is if you kill them inside their domain, then it sucks to suck, honestly. But if you're good at the game, again, that's not gonna happen and you will get your jackpot. Jackpot's broken, a little inconsistent, which is why he's not number 1 or 2, because you do still have to roll for that jackpot. But other than that, he's pretty dang good. Second character, Yuji, they still nerfed him a lot, but I don't think he's that bad. He's still honestly pretty balanced now. He's still one of the best characters in the game, but he's pretty dang balanced. I do not absolutely despise fighting him anymore. Until he pops ult, I still hate Sukuna. Let's just go over what they did here. Curse Strikes, M1 reset detection, Curse Strikes, blah 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 blah. I don't actually feel like reading all that. Open can no longer be countered, that's the big buff they gave Sukuna for no reason. Even though here's the thing, I think Yuji's balanced, I think Sukuna needs a nerf. I hate Sukuna. Please, just nerf Sukuna into oblivion, I don't like him. Yuji, insane combo routes, versatile, all his moves string together, insane damage output, low cooldowns, feints, mind games. There's pretty much, this character is everything. Except he's a little susceptible to zoning, and some characters can beat him out in close range like Hakari or Mahito or Choso if they're good enough. So that is why he is not number 1, who I think goes to Higuruma. I don't think it's that close. Insane damage output, insane combo routes. Again, all the moves link into each other. You noticing a trend here? With the top 3. He has mind games, incredibly versatile. You can predict what your opponent is going to do. Before, his third move did not have that much range, and it kind of sucked, but then they buffed the range back. So now it's really good again. So now it's a viable neutral tool. And so is his R special, and so is his first move. He is good at neutral, he's good in advantage state, he's pretty good in disadvantage state too, because of the fact you can just kind of get out of there if you don't feel like it. And his ult is one of the best characters in the game. Not better than Jackpot Hakari, maybe not better than Sukuna, but pretty high up there. The fact you can just one-shot someone just because you feel like it, and if you get all 3 limbs, again, they're dead. There's nothing they can do about that. And if you know what you're doing and you read them right, they will die, unless they're Hakari Jackpot. But again, that's an exception. He is insanely broken. Do I think he needs a nerf? Maybe a small one. I don't think he's like game breaking. Same thing with Yuji and Hakari. I don't think they necessarily need nerfs. If there's any character I think that he needs a nerf, it's Sukuna specifically, and maybe Yuki. But other than that, I think it's low-key not a big nerf problem. These guys need to be buffed, honestly. These guys down here, except Megumi. Megumi, because Megumi has the potential to be up here. But these guys need to low-key be buffed. Yeah, that's my tier list. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you think. And yeah, bye.